This is Matt Springer with the University of Kentucky Department of Forestry and Natural Resources. And today we're out here participating in some elk research where we're using a helicopter to capture adult elk that are going to be, for the most part, radio collared with GPS collars, as well as getting a full biological workup. Now, the reason we're using a helicopter is because of its efficiency. Someone is actually sitting in that chopper with the pilot with a net gun, and they will fly low to the elk, shoot the net over the elk get tripped up, and they drop down, hobble the elk, and bring them to this workup station, where we process them, do things like draw blood, pull a tooth for aging, put the GPS collar on, as well as if it's an adult cow, they will receive a VIT transmitter to be part of our elk calf research project, where we'll come back when that cow gives birth to find that calf using that transmitter to locate the calf.
Put it in a bag or just write it on the...
So one of the reasons we use helicopters is because their efficiency. They're very good at finding elk because of their high viewpoint looking over the forest. And they can access elk in areas and chase them into open areas, basically at a very slow rate, so that the elk don't get overexerted and high in temperature. So we want to basically slightly and lightly push them into the opens to be captured. We can target individuals like adults or juveniles in this fashion, which is very helpful for our research purposes and making the most out of our time. The crew that is here, there's about 35 individuals here helping aid this process, and we're able to catch about 60 to 80 elk in a 4 to 5 day period of time, which if we were using traditional methods like corral traps or clover traps, this effort could actually take 3 to 4 months.
So we are monitoring a subset or a number of individuals of the elk population, specifically adult cows or females, but also their calves to estimate their survival, but also their causes of mortality here in the landscape. And then that information is used by wildlife managers to inform what we call population models, to be able to figure out how many elk are on the landscape and how well they're doing, and what management activities that need to be made in order to keep the population healthy over long periods of time.
once the elk is captured with the net gun, the capture crew in the helicopter drops down, hobbles the elk, and gets them in a sling attached to the helicopter, and they bring that elk to our processing unit. In that journey, the elk is actually not sedated, but only blindfolded to help keep its stress levels lower. This aids us in actually better assessing the animal's health, and also if that animal were to have a bad reaction to the drugs, though very unlikely, we would not be able to be sure of its health status when it arrived. So we do not give any sedation drugs until that elk is dropped on the trailer and initial inspection of that elk's health is assessed.
One, two, 3, go.